Hello student, myself Pavan Kumar Mishra. Today I am here to explain sexual reproduction in flowering plant. This is very most important chapter. I am just trying to deliver each and every line of this chapter from your NCRT. Okay, so let's we start. Sexual reproduction in flowering plant. According to the name, that the one word flowering plant. In flowering plant, in this chapter, we have to study sexual reproduction in angiosperm. Sexual reproduction in angiosperm. So, according to the name, in flowering plant, the mode of reproduction is sexual reproduction. Okay. So, what is the purpose of sexual reproduction is the important thing. The main purpose of sexual reproduction to produce fruits and seeds. Fruits and seeds collectively known as end product of sexual reproduction in flowering plant. So, fruits and seeds are the end product of sexual reproduction in flowering plants. But in flowering plant, in angiosperm, to ensure the formation of fruits and seeds, there are some adaptation. So, to ensure formation of end product of sexual reproduction, SR represents sexual reproduction. So, what some adaptation? Some adaptations. Some adaptations in flowering plant. There are some adaptations in flowering plant. So, what are these adaptations? What are these adaptations? These adaptations represent diversity in inflorescence, diversity in flowers, diversity in floral parts. These are adaptations. These are the adaptations in flowering plant to ensure formation of fruits and seeds, which are the end product of sexual reproduction. This is the one important question which is present in the first paragraph in your NCRT, that you have to study. When you study your NCRT, you get this question in the first paragraph. After that, what is the purpose to study this chapter? So what are the syllabus and what are the important topic that we have to study in this chapter? First, we have to clear the important topic that we have to study in this chapter. The most important topic flower. The second, pre-fertilization. In this pre-fertilization, we have to know pre-fertilization structure and event. It means before fertilization, what are the structure which present in flower that we have to study, and how many events going on in this process. Then third, double fertilization. Do you know, or you can say you have studied in class 11, double fertilization only present in angiospermic plant. Fourth, post fertilization. It means what happened after fertilization. In this, we have to study the structures and events. And fifth most important topic of this chapter, apomixis and polyandry. So these are the syllabus which are related to this chapter. First of all, we have to study the first topic, that is known as flower. Generally, if you see, what is flower? क्या है flower होता क्या है? So there are technical answer or non-technical answer. There are different definition given by different people. For example, flower is a fascinating organ of angiosperm. Fascinating organ of angiosperm. Some can say flower acts as object, or you can say ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ, ये एक वस्तु है, एक ऑब्जेक्ट है, किस चीज के लिए, फॉर व्हाट. सो ऑब्जेक्ट फॉर एस्थेटिक वैल्यू, religious value, object for religious value, object for cultural value, object far, ornamental value, aesthetic value, religious value, cultural value, ornamental value, social value. Well, but from if we think about the scientific approach, when we say about the scientific approach, so flower is the part of plant, but belonging to the which part of plant? फ्लावर है प्लांट के किस पार्ट को बिलोंग करता है? Generally we know plant have major three parts: root, stem and leaf. So flower is also part of any one of them. So you can say morphological point of view, from morphological point of view, flower is known as highly condensed, modified form of shoot. Shoot means stem. Flower highly condensed modified form of shoot यानी stem shoot. ये एक stem का part. So there is one question: how can we say it? हम कैसे कह सकते हैं कि flower एक stem है? So first we have to know identifying feature of stem. कैसे हम पहचानते हैं? You have studied in class 11th. Stem have nodes, internodes. From each nodes, leaves arises, buds arises. So we have to clear here how you can say this is highly modified form of shoot or stem. If you draw the structure of flower, so generally try to understand how you can draw simple diagram of a flower. So first of all, you have to draw. First of all, you have to draw the node of a stem from which many leaves arises. So there is the one part. This is node of the stem, and from this node many leaves arise. One leaf is present in the center. This is one leaf is present in the center, right? Which arise from this, and from just below it, another leaf also arise. You can draw symbolic diagram. Don't complicate it. Simply you have to deliver only the concept. So draw a conceptual diagram. This is the conceptual diagram. Don't make it complex. By this easily you can explain. Okay, you know, this is the centrally located leaf which present in the center of the flower. This is centrally located leaf. This part of leaf, this one, represent thalamus or receptacle. This is node of stem because this is not elongated, very condensed form, and the lower portion through which this is known as pedicel. This is known as pedicel, through which flower get attached to the floral axis. In the center, the most important thing of this flower, the central leaf, their upper part, you can say stigma, then tubular structure. This tubular structure is style, and this swollen part, ovary. Collectively, this is one leaf, and this is known as carpel. Carpel. This is the one leaf, first leaf, inner one leaf. Maybe carpel one or more, maybe few are free, one leaf or many leaves. So this is a carpel, and this is known as, if there are many carpel, then group of it, you can say, group of it. This is the gynoecium. And gynoecium is the female reproductive structure. There is a female reproductive structure in the flower. Gynoecium. Single, this is known as carpel. Sometimes this pistil word is used also. So there is a confusion in pistil or carpel. You can say pistil. Pistil. So pistil, the single structure is carpel. But when many carpel present, they fuse, then you can say pistil. So pistil may be united or ununited, single or many. But generally the basic structure is carpel. Sometimes it is also known as pistil. So this is the first flower. So this is one word, hera, जिसको बोलते हैं word of the flower, WHORL, word, hera, which present in the center, maybe one or many. The second, after that, the second structure, you can say this one. And this one. This one. Okay. You can elongate. So this structure is anther. This is fertile part. Anther is the part fertile part. And this is filament. Filament. Anther, fertile part, non-fertile, filament, and collectively one structure, one leaf of this is stamen. Stamen, one leaf. This is the one structure, stamen. But if group of it, group of it is known as endoecium. Endoecium. The second inner most word, endoecium. This is the male reproductive part of flower. This is the male reproductive part of flower. So far, as you know, for the sexual reproduction, two structures are required, two main things, male gamete and female gamete. So, male gamete formation takes place in endoecium and female gamete formation takes place in gynoecium. Because when male and female gamete fuse, then sexual reproduction takes place. Okay? So, endoecium and gynoecium is essential word of the flower, part of the flower, which is required for the reproduction. That's why endoecium and gynoecium both are collectively known as word, essential word that is required for reproduction. ये दोनों वर्ड जरूरी है किसी भी रिप्रोडक्शन के लिए, क्योंकि बिना मेल और फीमेल गैमेट के रिप्रोडक्शन नहीं हो सकता, और मेल गैमेट प्रोड्यूस कराता देता है एंडोसियम और स्टेमन से मिलता है हमें, और गाइनोसियम पार्ट से हमको, गाइनोसियम पार्ट ओवरी से हमें फीमेल गैमेट मिलता है. तो ये दोनों एसेंशियल वर्ड, this is required. That's why another definition of flower, site for reproduction. Flower is the site for reproduction. Or you can say flower is the group of sex organs, you can say. Male or female or both. So what is the role of other? You can see this one. This one structure is known as petal. Petal and group of petal and group of it, not a single, one, two or many. Group of petal. This is the color leaf. Petal is the color leaf. This group of petal is known as corolla. Corolla. Corolla is the group of petal. This is colorful, so help in cross pollination. So it help in cross pollination. Petal is the colorful red, orange or many other attractive color by which it attract the insect, by which pollen grain of one flower move to the other, right, and help in cross pollination. This one single leaf is sepal, or you can say sepal. This sepal is the green color. This is green in color. Group of it form calyx. Group of it calyx. This is green in color. So due to the Green in color, sepals help in photosynthesis also. This help in photosynthesis. Corolla and calyx do not produce any gamete which is required for the sexual reproduction, but it provides support to gynoecium as well as androecium. So it provides support to the inner walls which provide male or female gamete. So sepals and petals collectively known as accessory walls, not essential but accessory walls. Accessory walls, they they help or provide support to the androecium and gynoecium. So you can observe thalamus is the node and presence of node represent identifying feature of stem, and on the node there are different leaves which present also represent identifying feature of stem. In this way we can say morphological point of view flower is highly condensed modified form of shoot or stem. Okay. In this ovary there is ovule also. Swollen part is ovary. This is ovule. Ovule attach the black color structure. This one, each ovule attach cushion-like structure. Black color structure that you can observe in diagram. This black color structure represent placenta, and this rounded structure, and the rounded structure which present in a cavity like structure, this is known as locule. So this is complete typical diagram of any flower which have four major parts. If you start from the outside to inside, so outermost word calyx, which is green in color, then second most inner one corolla, which is colorful, then androecium, third word from outside to inside, androecium which provide male gamete, then gynoecium which provide